I'm Jack, and welcome back because we just got 3 new episodes of Titans Season 3. Yes, after a 2-year hiatus, we are back. We got new episodes, and I cannot wait to talk to you guys about it. But before we get started, don't forget to follow me on social media. My username is down below on the screen, so don't forget to do that while you're at it. And spoilers ahead. If you haven't seen the first 3 episodes yet, go watch them on HBO Max, and then come back right here and we can talk about it. And with those 2 things out the way, let's start talking about it. The first 3 episodes follow the Titans as they relocate to Gotham City after Jason Todd gets killed by Joker. And with the rise of a criminal vigilante known as the Red Hood, the Titans band together to take him down and to stop crime in Gotham City after Batman has vanished. Before we get started talking about the positives, I thought the start of the season was terrific. After the controversial final 5 episodes of Season 2 where they disbanded the team again, this was a great new step up for the show because this time you could see the action looks better, you could see the visual effects looks better, and even just as a whole, the whole show drastically improved because of the move to HBO Max and because they now have more money and different writers to work with. And I loved it for that because I loved how this show is now starting to feel like a Titans show that we've wanted to see. I did enjoy those first 2 seasons, but they had some things that could have been better. But Season 3 is a step in the right direction. To kick off the positives, I thought the action sequences were awesome. Like, the show with the Titans opens up with Nightwing, Beast Boy, Superboy, Crypto, and Starfire as they take on these thugs led by Gizmo. And they do their Titans thing. It's awesome seeing Nightwing use his charisma sticks and use all of his gadgets against them. And seeing Beast Boy take on the soldiers and Superboy and Starfire and Crypto using their powers. That was really awesome to see the Titans fight as a team. And it was a great way to kick off the season with these characters. And, of course, the fight sequence between Nightwing and Red Hood at the end of episode 2 was mind-blowing because you got to see them use their skills, use their weapons, and use their acrobat skills, and that was so dope. And the action really looks great so far this season, and I am super excited to see what they're going to look like for the next 10 episodes of this season. And the acting was great still. Brenton Thwaites is really great as Dick Grayson. This time as Nightwing, he's no longer trying to move out of Bruce Wayne's shadow like in the first 2 seasons. He's now his own hero. He's leader of the Titans, and he's happy, he's confident, and you see him being that leader that you know of from the comics. And we got to see a lot more of Superboy this season, and it's great. I loved his dynamic with Beast Boy. It feels really nice to have them be like the buddies because we don't have Cyborg on the show. And Starfire is played brilliantly by Diop, and I really loved her dynamic with all these other characters. And it's great that we're going to see a little bit more of her in the later half of the season because the villain is Blackfire. And they set a really interesting story with Starfire because she goes to Gotham and she's starting to get like all these visions, hallucinations, or stuff like that. And I'm really interested in seeing where does that go because Blackfire is the villain, of course. And so that's really exciting to see. Beast Boy, we don't see as much as Beast Boy as usual still, but he has some nice moments here and there, especially with Hawk in episode 3 and with Superboy and seeing him in action. I still wish he could turn into more than just a tiger, so maybe we do get that this season. I hope so. But Ryan Potter is still great as Beast Boy, even though they still need to do a little bit more with him. And yeah, Curran Walters, he is amazing as Red Hood. I loved how he's playing this psychopath of a character where he turned from Robin, who's always trying to be impulsive and arrogant and reckless, and then you see him as Red Hood where he's cold, he's menacing, he's a threat that you do not want to mess around with, and I love his performance so far. He's easily probably the best villain on the show as of right now, and he's really great. I really liked him as Jason Todd. He was one of my favorite characters on the show, but I am loving what they're doing with him as Red Hood, and I cannot wait to see more of him as a threat in Titans Season 3. And Alan Ritchson and Minka Kelly are both great as Hawk and Dove. Granted, they did get a lot of screen time in Season 2, but I really liked what they did with them so far in Season 3, and I love their dynamic and how they're trying to make their dynamic when it comes to them no longer being lovers anymore. So that's really interesting to see, and I loved seeing all their moments in episode 3, especially as Red Hood places a bomb in Hawk's chest, and all of those emotional moments are really, really sad to see what happens between them, knowing it's like, is he going to make it out of this one alive? And so that's great to see, and overall, I really liked that. Oh, and surprise, Tim Drake. We got to see a few scenes with Tim Drake in that first episode, and I really liked what I saw from him. I cannot wait to see Jay in action as Tim Drake later this season. I'm really interested in seeing what they're going to do with him. And yeah, so we're hopefully going to get a new Robin at some point. And yeah, overall, the acting is great. I love what they're doing with these characters this season. So the action is a bonus point, and so is the acting. So those are two positives of the season thus far. And the visual effects this season have looked terrific. Because this time, because of that extra money they got from HBO Max, presumably, because of it, it led to better visual effects, even for characters using their abilities, like Starfire, Crypto, Superboy, and especially for like action sequences and all that. It looks really great this season. It doesn't look fake, and they looked better than what they did in those first two seasons. Not that they didn't have good visual effects, but they looked a lot smoother here in this season. And luckily, there's no blue filter everywhere this season, so that's good. This season also finally gives us Titans action, where we're finally seeing them fight together more as a team and do things together more rather than break up like they did in Season 2. It's really, really great to see. And I think it's a good thing that they released these 3 episodes all together, because they each feel like a 3... You mesh... Okay. Oh, and I also think it's good that they released these episodes all together rather than just the first episode, just because they work really well as a 3-hour premiere rather than individual episodes, because of how this whole season starts with Jason Todd tracking down Joker, which leads to his demise. And, of course, Titans, they come to Gotham, and then they gotta take on Red Hood, which they find out is Jason. I was a little bit shocked that they revealed his identity this early. I kind of thought that wouldn't happen until, like, say, middle of the season, but because they're trying to save the Blackfire stuff for the final half, it makes sense that they did it this soon. And it's still cool to see Nightwing get puzzled by the fact that we thought he was dead, but no, that was good. I liked what they're doing with Red Hood. Some might say they could be rushing the Red Hood stuff, but I'm not too bothered by it. I'm just interested in seeing like how Jason came back, of course, and how he becomes Red Hood once we're in one of those later episodes of the season. So I'm liking what they're doing with Red Hood this season. And I'm really interested in seeing what they're going to do with Blackfire. And so far, I like the story. And, oh boy, they really shocked me with the ending of episode 3 when Red Hood, earlier in the episode, implants a bomb within Hawk's chest. And the Titans are trying to do whatever they can to save him. And he dies. They killed Hawk. I am so shocked. It made me so sad because I didn't think it would happen. I really thought that they were going to save him, but they didn't. It turned out Red Hood played Dove into thinking he had the trigger, when it turned out she pulled the trigger. She killed him, and they lost Donna and now Hank, and I am so curious to see how are the Titans going to react to this? Are they going to still try to redeem Jason, which I kind of think is impossible at this point? Or are they going to just take him down? Like, he's a threat. He killed one of our own. We're going to beat him. We're going to put him away. That's what we're going to do. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how is Hawk's death going to impact how they're going to take down Jason this season. And it's such a surprise because I expected Hawk to sort of leave the season because Alan is going to play Jack Reacher in another series, but I didn't think it would happen this early. So that really was a lot shocking to me and to a lot of people. So that was done really well. Alan did a really great job in that episode. And it makes me really sad to see him go this early. And I am really curious to see how his death is going to impact the Titans for the remainder of the season. And the pacing of these 3 episodes are really good. They don't slow down for me, nor do they drag. I think from episode 1 and 2 and 3, they all help push the story forward. It kicks off with Jason getting killed by Joker, to Titans going to Gotham and all that. It's done well. It doesn't feel like they're taking too much time there, and it gets right to the point, and I really like it. It doesn't feel slow for me. It's definitely very well paced for the first 3 episodes of the season, and I do hope that the next few episodes keep that pacing. Just so you guys know, we still, in these 3 episodes, we don't see Raven, nor do we see Donna Troy, which makes sense because Donna died at the end of season 2, and they're planning on resurrecting her this season, and I don't think she's going to have a big role this season. Maybe in like the middle, later half of the season, we might see more of her, but I am not sure how they're going to do it. They're probably going to bring her back as like Troya or something. But yeah, and Raven, because she's going to have a part in bringing her back, especially with her powers growing and growing, and because of her training in Themyscira is going to be happening this season, we don't see her in these 3 episodes, which I think is fine, because then that would have slowed down what's happening in Gotham. So I'm really curious to see when they're going to show up and how will they factor into the Red Hood storyline or the Blackfire storyline. And we are introduced to Savannah Welch as Barbara Gordon, and I really like her. I love her scenes with Dick, and she's great so far, and it's really good to see a live-action iteration of Barbara Gordon in Titans, and she's really great so far. I liked how this time she's Commissioner Gordon, because in this world, Jim was killed by Mr. Freeze, and that because of that, she used to be Batgirl, but then Joker paralyzed her, just like in Killing Joke, and I really liked what we've seen of her lately. I liked how this time she's like Commissioner of the GCPD, just like Jim was, and I love her scenes with Dick. She's great so far. I really like her, and I cannot wait to see what more they do with her this season. And Bruce, it was interesting because of those scenes with Dick, because of the fact that they're dealing with the fact that Jason was killed, and how Bruce decides to break his code, and he kills Joker in prison by beating him to death with a crowbar, just like Joker did to Jason. And that was sort of a shocker because he broke the code, and because of it, he realized, I lost the war. Joker won. I killed him because he killed Jason. And he's like, he tells Dick, be a better Batman, which is the second time we've heard that on the show, with the first being Dove saying that to Dick in season 2. And it really has me interested in seeing, where's Bruce going? Are we going to see him again after this? And how will Dick and the Titans try to be better fighters in Gotham than Batman? Overall, Titan Season 3 started with a bang. It feels like a soft reboot for the show once again, with great visual effects, awesome action sequences, terrific acting, and a promising future to what could be the best season yet. Because it's only the first 3 episodes and not the whole season, I am just going to give the first 3 seasons of Titans a singular grade, that being an A. And I do recommend it for fans of the show and for DC fans in general. So yeah, go check it out. Even if you weren't a fan of the show, I do think these first 3 episodes could change your mind. And overall, I do recommend it. I'm really looking forward to seeing where season 3 goes from here. And those are my thoughts on the first 3 episodes right now. I would love to hear your thoughts about it down below in the comments section. So I would love to hear, did you like it? Did you dislike it? Are you still in the middle with it? Or just in general, I'd love to hear it. And with all that said, don't forget to follow me on social media. My username is down below on the screen. So don't forget to do that while you're at it. And thank you guys so much for watching. And you can hit that like button and that subscribe button and stay tuned for more.